My effort moment would be, I think around the first time that I ever tried like acid, LSD. I think that's how I became the mind. I had this crazy. I think up until that point, I was only rapping. I was only trying to be a rapper per se, and I had limited myself. It was a lot of stuff that I was scared of. I wanted to sing, but I was like scared. I was like, nobody gonna mess with my voice. I feel like I'm super belty, super like yelly all the time, and I was like, oh, they ain't gonna bang with it. So I had this acid trip, and somewhere along that trip, this moment hit where I was like, oh, all of these boundaries, all of these parameters that I've created is in my mind. And so if I can create these parameters, then I can also break them down. And the mind became like this superhero. And then, I started covering my face and started singing on records, trying to do all this other stuff. The mind became more famous than Zig was, the rapper. So it was just like, damn, okay, cool. Like, they actually like this more than they even like this. But it was the fearless aspect of that was created from this drug induced state that like made me who I am damn near today. So yeah, I don't know. We had watched I think Yellow Submarine by the Beatles, and they had did acid and made these crazy albums and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, maybe the thing that's stopping me from making my greatest piece of work was that I had some type of walls that I needed to have this spiritual trip to break down. The drugs were just kind of like the conduit of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling people to go out and do drugs. Please don't do no drugs. You don't need to do that. You could have prayed. I could have prayed or meditated to get to that place. But I think it was also a fun, bonding moment amongst me and my friends. It was early. It was college. It was what it was. So yeah. Speaking of crazy drug induced moments and stuff like that, I got this crazy story about LA and like this Hollywood ass party I went to. It was this crazy after party. They said it was like at a mansion, woo doo woo, blase blase. We get there, it's a big gate, you know what I'm saying? You have to go through the big gate or whatever like that. And I think the truck that dropped us off couldn't even pull into the thing. They made us like get out and then walk in. So we walk in, it's a bunch of like A-list celebrities in that joint, like a lot of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking like, oh shit, I know. Damn, that's blase blase. Damn. But none of them were looking like they felt. I could tell that everybody felt like super secure and comfortable where they were, and like there was no cameras, like nobody was like up in their phone, and if they were, they weren't going to like expose them. But it was the first time that I had ever seen like it was a pool and there was nobody in the pool, and then behind the pool there was a marijuana tent, like it was like a weed tent or whatever like that. There was a coke tent, like with a mountain of coke that you could just piece your joint off of, and then there was another tent that I have no idea what was going on in that tent. And you could and everybody was like going to their collective tents, getting their little pieces, and then just walking back like it was hors d'oeuvres, whatever like that. And I was like, oh, okay, this is crazy. And then it just all felt like an episode of like Dave or Atlanta. Like it was just like, I was like, damn, it really be like this. And so that kind of threw me off, like somebody hopping off the roof trying to jump into the pool, all that type of crazy shit. Yeah, it was fun though. They were trying to jump off of a roof into a pool, but the pool was nowhere near the roof. They were just high. You know what I'm saying? So they would have damn near killed themselves. But it was just like, and people were like telling them like, no, and they was like, I can make it. And it was too much. But yeah, drugs will make you do crazy things. And drugs in Hollywood will definitely make you do crazy things. So yeah. So I don't have a wild tour story, but I do have a funny incident that happened in Australia on tour with Mick Jenkins. We're in Australia, and there's a video online. I don't know why this was happening or whatever like that, but there's this thing. I don't know why fans, please don't do this for safety of yourself and others. Please do never hop on stage, bro. You are dealing with people with traumas and PTSD. If you hop up on me, it's a problem, bro. I know I sing, but I'm a real nigga. Stop it. This nigga hopped on stage, and I didn't mean to do this, but I picked him clean up and threw him back into the audience. Wasn't on purpose. It was just a knee-jerk reaction, and I threw him into the audience, and I was on stage with Mick, and I remember he looked over, I'm like, damn, and then just went back to performing. But we had said it. We had said it prior to the set, like, yo, please don't hop on stage. You can, like, you know what I'm saying, by you trying to get on stage, I'm walking this way, I could break my ankle, any of these things or whatever like that. So it was like a safety thing. But yeah, I tossed Buddy. Yeah, and I think the crowd moved, and he hit the ground. But there's video of that. It's yeah. I'm sorry, bro. I would do it differently. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it differently. But I would say something to you afterwards because I definitely think he hobbled out of that motherfucker. So it's so funny. I watched this TikTok last night and bro was talking about like 10 ways that you know you fighting a hood nigga. He was doing all of the stances and shit. He's like, and then he's like, the one that you don't want to fight is the nigga who gonna try to pick you up and suplex you. And I was like, damn, I'm definitely a suplex ass nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm hood. But I think yeah, I wasn't thinking. It was just I went into, my fight or flight is always fight. So I think I just immediately just scooped him up and then just threw him. Like I didn't even realize like that I picked him up until I saw the video, that it was like a full huh, huh. Yeah. What's going on? This is the Mind and you are checking out 24/7 HH.